What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cousin Cecil Show. I am your host, Mike Fowler, aka Cousin Cecil. How are you? How are all the daddies from yesterday? Did you get a new tie? How about a new pair of underwear? Since the rest of your family doesn't know how to give you gifts compared to all the other holidays. But, they're just more joking. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good day. And all that fun jazz. And then, pretty okay day with me. Hopefully this podcast gets you, like affirmations. I hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling, I don't want to use the word strong because it sounds weird, but, hope you're feeling on the right side of mental states and physical states. Hope you're on the good side of it. But yeah, we'll get into it, I guess. It's been a good week, and we'll get into it. See if this is gonna be a short and sweet or not. But yeah, what have I been playing? Well, more just to touch base with what I was talking about last week. Yeah, Ratchet & Clank, platinumed it. It was, like I said, it's my game of the year at this moment in time. And then, but yeah, the platinum is I think just a little too easy. I think it's a little too incomplete. I think it's like trying to keep a what's the word? Like a not the hardcore fans is definitely trying to be attractive towards casual gamers compared to other Ratchet & Clanks. But I do enjoy it. I just don't, it just feels like I'm like, oof. But I just here or there about that one. But I've been playing some games. So I feel better. I'm not in so much of the rut that has been a couple of weeks of, what I've been playing. And what I've been playing this week, I got to play a little bit of the Metro Exodus, quote unquote PS5 Enhanced Edition. And to be fair, I think all I can see is the increase in frames, but it's still a good game. I'm gonna probably push through this version of it compared to I got to about the same spot I was, which is only in the first quote unquote open world section. Like basically on the first train stop. It does look good. It's very interesting, and I also like I'm on the I guess would be like the fourth main mission of the open world of like where I have to go possibly the farthest I've gone from it goes from you're on the west side of the map the most where the train is. You have to go all the way to the east side of the map. So this one involves probably finding a base, sleeping, carrying on because I think it's really good. You can either do daytime and deal with humans, or you can try to get to the east side of it at night, and then you have to deal with more monsters, or also these electrical demons. And I do like that chances, and that's as far as I know about the story. I mean, I did buy the DLC because I was prepared for this PS5 version, so I'm ready to play it all and get it all done. But one thing I did quickly platinum again. I platinum, well, not again like that, but I got to start and platinumed it as Little Nightmares 2. And I'm actually very surprised how well I like that game a lot. I like the nuance. I like the atmosphere. I like the way of they do storytelling without any words. And then I platinumed it, and that's because also thanks to YouTube and the guy I follow, Bad Driver. He had a perfect platinum walkthrough. But it made me open up the door. I'm like, whoa. And then I went and followed a little YouTube timeline of story explain of I didn't know this. there's a Little Nightmares mobile game that is a prequel to both games. This is involved. I was a little lost, but also now I don't feel that bad because I found out that this is a slight spoiler. So give me 10 seconds to say it, and then maybe you want to skip. But basically, I didn't know Nightmares 2 was a prequel to Nightmares 1. So it was very surprising, so I don't feel that bad. So if I want to play the Little Nightmares 1 Complete Edition, I can jump in. But also, I might not, only because I want to stick to my word of how I feel about certain things. Little Nightmares 2 has a platinum. So they figured out from 1 to 2, hey, platinum sell games. And I want to keep that message going because Little Nightmares 1, I believe, doesn't have a platinum. I don't think even like the Complete Edition has a platinum. So it's their loss. And honestly, because of watching this, I watched a timeline. It kind of explained the whole ending of Little Nightmares 1. So I'm ready for Little Nightmares 3 and I'll be prepared anyway. Because I'm assuming they're going to keep the platinum coming. And then also, more to just say I started it without finish. Like I'm not finished with it yet. I started Dreams. I've obviously played the demo before, so I'm not like blind to it. It seems okay. I ain't gonna lie. What's the word? Their UI and like I didn't know that. I didn't know how to find like their Media Molecule made art dreams without YouTube. I had to like look it up. I'm like, where do I find like how, like I call it the campaign. I'm like, where's the campaign at? Because I know that they made it. And then I had to go, oh no, you have to go up top and it's labeled. I'm like, no, it's not. But if it is, it's like the 9th circle of the first row. So you had to scroll 9 times to get to the thing that you're looking for. But it's fun, cute, but also I don't have a real thought on it yet. We'll see how it goes because I don't think I'm going to also, I probably won't even create because I don't think I'll muster an artist's idea of that game. And then one more thing, because also was through E3, so I think it's a little bit more relevant to talk to. I did play the demo of Strangers of Paradise, the Final Fantasy Origin trial. And then it is a Souls game. So this is definitely because it's obviously from Team Ninja and all that stuff. So the guys who do Neo. So it does have a Souls-like feel, but I will admit I think this has probably one of the more entry-level feels to a Souls game that I've played. I played a little bit of Neo, and I played a little bit of Neo 2, so I'm trying to say it even compared to those games, which is from the same creators. I don't know. Maybe it's because of also how would I word it? Maybe it's because the character, the enemies are not the same, so there's a little bit more balancing act. Because I think when I say that, it has a very good entry level. Maybe halfway through the demo, you get to do magic, and that feels very hard. That feels very difficult because it sounds dumb, but like they have it on a wheel of elements, so you have to remember like you're aiming, like go against one of those like classic Final Fantasy fireball guys. So you have to remember, or I'm going to shoot magic, but make sure you're in the right wheel because it's not like the classic like, oh, you want to have like a quick command of like Wateria or however the third version of water spell is. Like, oh yeah, no. And then also like I know the internet kept saying chaos. He might have said it, but I don't remember him saying it that much during the actual gameplay, so I'm just more saying it. But the one thing I do like is like if you break the limit bar, which is like I think a more Final Fantasy part of a Dark Souls game, you can do like a quick kill with a circle button. It does like a little I don't want to say cutscene, but like, you know, a little idea like he actually create, and then like one of them, like you make a goblin limit break and you hit circle, you kind of curb stop them to kill them. And I think that's pretty neat for a Souls game to kind of, so you can speed up and also save your body from attacks from other enemies compared to other Souls games. Did I finish it? No, because just it's tough at the end. Would I think about getting it? Maybe on a deal, but that's here nor there. But yeah, that was basically for me for playing wise this week. It feels good to be out of that rut, but also I think it's just because the games are out, and also like once you get that one prized possession you wanted, like Ratchet, I'm like, oh, now I feel I can play something else without, you know, whatever. But yeah, more from last time we chatted. We had some more Halo multiplayer news. Besides, of course, it's been free to play. It looks real good. I like also a little bit of the deep dive they did on it, and it's definitely the Halo multiplayer to me does feel like a quote unquote a system seller. The multiplayer part, like being free to play, gives me obviously high school vibes, and yeah, and I like it. It definitely makes me, like I said on the show, it makes me feel like about looking at like Xbox Series S's, but also Chaffee did make a good point about it, but also, you know, I'm like, man, like you can't, I don't know. But back to the discussion. The Halo multiplayer, like little deep dive, said like there'll be suit pickups like usual, except this time they can be activated whenever you want. It's not like you step on it and then you're already automatically invisible, which is, you know, definitely a usual thing from Halo. I think this is a good step forward. Because, of course, I think that's the idea of having it be a pickup and you can utilize it when you feel right for when you want to get into a firefight. So that's always definitely great for community and stuff. And then one thing that's definitely like a shining star that other free-to-play stuff or anything with a Battle Pass should take note on is, okay, Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to have Battle Pass, like I just kind of spoiled it. But they do not expire. You can also, let's say Halo Infinite comes out in November and you get one on Christmas, you know, you get Merry Christmas, you get your Xbox and here's Halo. You can buy that Battle Pass from Season 1, quote unquote, and you don't expire, and you still can go earn those costumes and skins without having an expiration date. So it's obviously smart and obviously marketplace wise smart for that community. Like, you know, hey, we're here. If you guys walk away, you walk away, but also like it doesn't expire. So I think that's a really smart move, and, you know, pats on back on to 343 games. You know, I think that's really cool. I think they're going in the right track, but also, which goes into the bigger discussion, I don't think multiplayer, well, some multiplayer I've seen of Halo 5 and stuff. So maybe it's the community, but I don't think the multiplayer was in a bad hand in the first run. So of course this still keeps the discussion going for, is the campaign going to be anything to care about? So time will tell. But yeah, just more given the story news that about the multiplayer discussion. It looks good. It's definitely, the multiplayer is pushing that thought of getting an Xbox compared to others. But yeah. So Monday came by, Cousin Cecil show, and then Tuesday we had the the big dog Nintendo got their E3 Direct recap, and we're gonna obviously go through like we usually do. Obviously, started off with a new Smash character revealed as Kazuya from Tekken is coming to Smash, and then on June 28th there'll be a more full breakdown video and like how they've done it with other characters. Like here's a full video of how how the defense and the offense works of this character. But for Tuesday, I think did really well. The trailer is definitely tongue-in-cheek and knows what they're doing. Like, it had Kazuya throwing Captain Falcon. It throwed Icarus. It throwed an ARMS character into a fiery pit. And Ganondorf at the beginning. But just the idea of they just lopping them down, I'm like, Jesus. Nintendo either knows that they don't use those characters, or you know what I mean. It just had a very tongue in cheek, and obviously it ended with him trying to kill Kirby, and then Kirby floated away. It was very, very fun and light, like Nintendo is definitely a master at. Then next was the Life is Strange remaster, and the Before the Storm games, and Life is Strange True Colors is coming to Switch. True Colors is out September 10th, and the HD collection said it was later this year. I believe that the HD remaster and Before the Storm remaster is coming to other consoles on September 30th. I don't know if it's like they didn't want to say September 30th because maybe Switch is maybe on a later date because of how porting shit goes to Switch does. So time will tell, but also like it's cool to see that the whole I don't know if Life is Strange 2, but now it's like the bastard child, no one talks about it now, is on Switch already. But it's really cool to see that they're moving that one because I think it's a really good spot. I think it's a very, very mellow game. It's really good for the Switch. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is also coming to the Switch, and I think that's fucking wild. Like the idea of like how is it gonna look on a little compared to like they're trying to promote this for like a PS5, granted PS4 and Xbox, both gen things, and have it still come on the Switch. I'm like, whoa, like how is it gonna look? I know. Well, time will tell. We'll see, but I think it's that's definitely they must be taking some notes from Doom for porting, and that's also a tease on what's coming up later in this conversation. But yeah, comes out in, I want to say it's October. I didn't put the date on because I think it October 26th, I want to say. But yeah, Worms Rumble is coming to June 23rd with exclusive skins, or exclusive skin, which when you pre-order you get, and all that stuff. It also feels more weird to say you have to buy it because I'm used to the PS5 one that we got for free. I'm like, whoa, that game you have to pay for? Oof. But yeah, another little 2D, very nice animated RPG, Astra Ascending, is coming. It's turn-based RPG, kind of like the Demon, not as watery colored as Demon's Crown, but obviously that 2D artsy looking Japanese RPG, turn-based, like I said. But out September 3rd, and it's also coming to PlayStation, I saw, because PlayStation is probably the worst at these rebuttals, or even like the idea of just giving their people a confirmation that, hey, don't worry, this is coming to us too. Like, their YouTube is like days after. But I will continue to explain that. Like, 2 Point Camp is coming out next year, which is for going everywhere. And then they did their first, like, I think they know what they're doing with their fans to tease them. They show like these bananas and said, "Hey, somebody's having an anniversary this year." Which I don't think this year's any Donkey Kong one, but I digress. They showed a Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, which is the 20th anniversary collection, which contains Super Monkey Ball 1, Super Monkey Ball 2, Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, which is coming everywhere because it's also coming to, well, when I say everywhere, Nintendo and PlayStation for sure. I'm assuming in Xbox because of the Xbox and Sega are like their buddies too, but we'll see. But again, October 5th, I don't see the whims of what about Super Monkey Ball that makes you go ooh. Besides, like, is it really people just like it because it's like a marble maze game, not maze, but like balancing act game? Is that what the thrill is? I'm like, yeah, we'll see. But another thing, I think this is the first. Blunder, but also at the same time, this is the first showing of this Direct that Nintendo fans will buy anything from them and do not bat an eyelash of understanding where they they're fucking them. Another Mario Party was announced. Mario Party Superstars. It contains 5 remastered, not the new, but again, I'm not saying that's the bad part. The idea, but stick with me. Remastered boards from N64 era, which contained, some of them were like Peach's Birthday Cake, Spaceland. If they said the other 3, that's my bad. But also on the Direct, they didn't say it. 100 mini games plus online. Plus, different ways you can play online, plus also, like, Leave is out October 29th. And when I first saw it, I thought it was DLC, but no. It is a full retail game. So, there are people out here that just picked up Super Mario Party for the Switch, and now are going to have to buy Mario Party Superstars. And I did not see a one lick of complaints from anyone on the internet. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you literally just paid $120 for 2 versions of Mario Party that could have been to show, especially since Super Mario Party just got internet support. Just like literally this year. Literally this year, it got support. And now that they're like, now you got to buy this one too. Like, I'd rather at least saw that they're like, hey, Super Mario Party, you have it. And instead of $60 for this thing, and because this is Nintendo would do some fuck shit. How about for $40 I'll give you a map pack. But that's the part I think is like where no one gives a shit. But also I think it's because of this next game. Metroid 5, which is now Metroid Dread, was revealed after being announced first in 2004, apparently. I didn't know that it was announced that long. It was the first 2D Metroid in 19 years. It does look great. I can't say it doesn't. It's probably also my my game of the Direct, because like it's probably the most shining star out of this whole Direct of like news, and also knowing it's a release date. It comes out October 8th. There's also an amiibo set, which goes into more fuck shit what Nintendo does. But obviously the set is Samus and this new robot named Emmy, Emmy's a bad guy. It's part of the trailer. E.M.M.I. But then we went through like a little bit of a, not sizzle, but obviously like their speed news. Just Dance 2022, out November 24th. Cruisin' Blast, which is a console exclusive with 4-player multiplayer racing, like arcade racing. It looked kind of fun. Like you can be a Pegasus and that's your car. I think they kind of understand they're getting into some fun, just arcade stuff. It looked alright. Out this fall, DBZ Kakarot plus a new Power Awakens set. So it's coming to Switch, and it also comes with majority of the DLC. I think they're just missing one that's not even out yet, but I could be wrong. Out September 24th. Then they had the Mario Golf Super Rush reminder trailer because it comes out June 25th. And they're just more proud to say that there are going to be free updates and will be added with courses and players as some of the updates. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin reminder trailer. out July 9th. Play the demo, carry over your progress. And then this is probably the second game of the show. A new WarioWare. WarioWare Get It Together. The new stuff is some micro games will have different character switching. So like the one show they showed was like pick all the apples off the tree. So they showed Wario and how Wario will get all the apples off the tree is different compared to then you have to play it again as like one of Wario's friends that are part of his like WarioWare crew, where one of them might be like a flying saucer and they get close to the tree, beep, 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 and one throws boomerang. You know, it just shows that you might play the same game, but the mechanics might be different because you might be a different character. So that's pretty cool just to have I guess, longevity and like different styles of the same game be used. And then the real gimmick of this one is there are 2-player co-op micro games also. So there'll be 2 people that have to work together on screen. Like one of them's like the classic railroad cart, like you jump or you pump and I pump at the 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it's out September 10th. So hey, that's really cool for Switch players. And then next was the Shin Megami Tensei 5 extended trailer, out November 12th. It's a console exclusive. It looks okay. It's definitely it definitely has a different feel to Persona, where Persona, again, I've never played them, so I'm just more saying how the trailer showed. Persona definitely looks like the school is majority and battling and like the dungeons are second, where this one looks like it's more dungeon or like open world, like fighting. You're in the Savage world 80% of the time compared to like 20% of like if you leave that world. I don't know, never played them, but it does look fine. It does like the trailer just got a little boring because of like if you know Persona, you kind of know the mechanics. Hey, did you know you can mix 2 demons together, make another demon? You can make demons be party. I'm like, yes, that's how Persona works. So yes, that's how a Shin Megami game should work. But it does look fine. It's just me being annoyed about it. Next was Danganronpa Decadence, which contains Danganronpa 1 through 3 and the new Danganronpa S, which is a more elaborated version of the board game from the third game, which is so it looked cool. And also, there's a physical exclusive later this year to just Switch, and there will be plus a digital a la carte. So if you just wanted to buy Danganronpa 1 and 2, maybe skip Kill Harmony and just play 7 or S. Pretty sure you'll be able to do that, but also I'm pretty sure S is going to come to PlayStation, since like why wouldn't it, since Danganronpa definitely has got their shine from the PlayStation family. I don't think they'll really screw us over like that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm probably, because I missed my Switch because I played the first 2. I didn't really play 3. Maybe if I catch Danganronpa again on a deal, I'll maybe get that remaster of the Killing Harmony and then wait for S. But we'll see. Next was I'm kind of excited because this is coming to everywhere too. Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water was announced. It's coming later this year to everything, and it looks pretty good. Like in the sense for a Fatal Frame game, it looks pretty fun. It looks like the trailer made it look like a more upbeat of a Fatal Frame. Like it's probably going to be using that camera to kill stuff faster than the other ones, but it does look fun. It'll be, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it comes out, or we get a real announce date more for maybe around Halloween, October time, but we'll see. Next was another quick run of news, some with DLC, some are not. But Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 1 is out now for your Switch, which is I think it's all done on PS4 and Xbox, which obviously I know that at the end of the month we're going to get the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of Doom, so we'll see. That's kind of cool. Tony Hawk 1 and 2 is coming to Switch June 25th. The game, this co-op shooter game, kind of like Zombie Army, but it's called Strange Brigade, is coming out with wireless and online co-op. It's out now for the Switch. It didn't do that well on the other consoles, so they're just trying to throw it out to Switch. So we'll see. They showed the Mario Rabbids 2 Spark of Hope, still saying 2022, didn't give a confirmed date. And then another surprise was Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, out this holiday. Advance Wars is obviously a very acclaimed Game Boy Advance games. And yeah, I'm more happy to see that it is it's not dead. And it looked good. It's built from the ground up, they say. So it has a different a style, but still obviously the same turn-based RTS style like Advance Wars is. It looks fun. I mean, it makes, again, this is what they do. They have these little games that true Nintendo fans like, and gets me pumped up. I'm like, ooh, I wonder if they're going to do this. I wonder, man, should I get a Switch again? But we're at the end. We have the Zelda news that ends the show, and they didn't say no Switch Pro. They just stick to games, and I don't know if it's a good move. I think they should announce it and get people pumped up for the summer. Say, hey, yeah, this fall we got the Switch Pro coming, but yeah, no word. So, but I digress. We'll go into the Zelda news that ended the Direct. And they start off with Hyrule Warriors 2 Season Pass, Wave 1 trailer, The Pulse of the Ancients, out June 18th, which is out, so it's out now. And then they just showed the Wave 2 comes out in November, and then a reminder trailer for Skyward Sword coming out July 16th. And then they did this, they teased us for a second. They went to black a little bit, and then oh yeah, I'd like to show you this. And he pulled out a Legends of the Game & Watch like they did with Super Mario Brothers. But to remember the 35th anniversary comes the Zelda Game & Watch. It comes with Zelda 1, Link Adventure, so Legend of Zelda 2, the Game Boy version of Link's Awakening, and a special version of the Game & Watch game Vermin, and it has Link as the character that you play like a kind of like a whack-a-mole type of Game & Watch game. Plus Zelda themed watches and timers out November 12th. It's probably already sold out because I know pre-orders were going on this week. So who knows? And then boom, they actually did it. They show Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 trailer highlighting and with a little bit of gameplay, like a smidge, but a typical Nintendo trailer of showing gameplay. It's highlighting that the skies are now part of the world map that you should look into. There'll be floating islands, in the sky, and more aerial stuff to look forward to in Breath of the Wild 2. So, and they said 2022. They didn't say a real month, but that was in 2022. And I hope, for Forbidden West's sake, that Forbidden West can push into this year's schedule so they don't get overshadowed by a Breath of the Wild game like they did last time. That would be two. If that happens 2 for 2, I don't think PlayStation would keep pushing it through, even though they have praise. I could be wrong, but that is definitely some salt in the wound if they do it twice. Well, yeah, people are yeah, Forbidden West is good, but Breath of the Wild, I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, that was E3 in the sense. And I know I didn't mention Capcom, I know I didn't mention Bandai's shit, but trust me, you didn't miss anything. Who won E3? My honest opinion would be Nintendo. People on the internet say that is definitely the PlayStation fans' way to not give credit where credit's due for Xbox. But I think me and Chalfie said it last week best. Xbox looked good, but that's also because there's no competition near them. But Nintendo, again, maybe it's also, this could be the internet. The internet told me, hey, cool your jets. Don't expect anything. Don't get too excited. But their low expectation direct still pumped me up a little bit more than Xbox's. Xbox pumped me up for games that could come to PlayStation, and then they just gave reassurance to their fans that these certain games are still coming with CG trailers for their first party, because they don't have that many games prepared as you think. Like Everwild. Everwild just got canceled, and they're redoing it. I believe that Assibian Arrowed was got canceled and is being redid in a different style. I think seeing that the Outer World 2, I think that was definitely hey, Obsidian's so big we can have two things, and it ain't gonna cost that much to get a sequel out and keep the ball rolling for Game Pass. So, but they promised stuff for 2022, 2023. They have a long way to go still, and it's gonna be the year's almost over. So, I want to be careful how I say it with my words. But Nintendo definitely does the way which PlayStation's trying to do, but PlayStation's so quiet, it's a fucking annoying. But Nintendo at least said, hey, here's a direct, and we're showing you this year. These games are coming out this year, and then a teaser for 2022 with Breath of the Wild and also Rabbids, but that's Ubisoft. But I think Nintendo won. And it's not even because maybe it's just because it's the packaged rendered stuff. But yeah, I more also than this week was where is it? Xbox Extended Showcase happened. We're not going to go through that whole thing because it was literally a extended of their showing at E3. They also did a sit-down conversation with not everybody, but with some of the developers and more. I just wanted, and then also they confirmed that A Plague's Tale 1, I think Innocence, I can't remember, that got a PS5 enhanced version coming for both consoles because of obviously the A Plague's Tale Requiem that was shown. So, and also that goes into the rumor that there was a PS Plus rumor that A Plague's Tale PS5 was going to be a free game. So, it comes out July 6th. Coincidentally, that's the same day as free new PS Plus games. So, time will tell. I think we're walking into, how many more Tuesdays is there? They could tell us on the 4th of July weekend and say, oh yeah, it's coming Tuesday, see ya. But yeah, I more want to say Paris did a really good job, but the show was a little boring because of the conversation part. And also but I'm not saying Paris did a great job, very funny, doing even with the controller colors and throwing shade at Spawn on Me's guy and all that shit. I'm not saying that he did a bad part, but I just think the conversation stuff and the developer couch sit felt very the wrong side of even PSXP XP, the PlayStation Experience. Yeah, that's the word. Just looked on the wrong side of that idea. goes into the idea of, but it's not. I just, I want you to just understand. I'm not giving shit because Paris did it, but it was just a little boring. It was fine, but just a little boring. But yeah, and then also for news, because we'll probably wrap it up pretty soon. I saw that Xbox has kind of announced that their Xbox Series X games are coming to Xbox One through cloud gaming. I mean that goes into the narrative of Xbox. That's really cool in the sense of their narrative of like that. It also goes into the same idea of like people are giving shit for PlayStation saying we believe in generations, which they are doing it in a weird silent way, and into that same feeling I would say a big corporation say deal with it PlayStation is. So I'm not saying Xbox isn't. Xbox is definitely more transparent this time around and saying, yeah, they're coming. We're trying to figure it out for cloud-based coming to other gens because that's their narrative. They've been trying to get to everywhere. So like people like the Xbox community is already prepared. Yeah, my games are coming to mobile. My games are coming to PC. But I'm down with that. Blah blah blah. So I mean, it's cool, and also like it does. Both of them do. They've been doing this lately. They've been really damaging their conversation of like, why do I need a new console? That's all I want to say because obviously there's no more real information until it really happens. They both are hurting each other, and then on two different ways. In my eyes, Xbox has been doing it from day one. They just have a very committed fan base that, like, again, I didn't even say it. I think Xbox is like the supreme brand of marketing lately. When I say supreme, I'm talking about that clothing company Supreme. So, Xbox has sold almost 3 years of systems with no exclusive games or like nothing at a high rated version of games. Like the last real okay game was Gears 5, and then still people are like this, like But the idea I'm trying to say is like people are so diehard to Xbox in this weird way of like Xbox makes merch, they buy it. Xbox does this, chose to do like that same PS Vita style of one game company memory cards. No one they gobbled up, yummy. And then the idea of even even these announcements with this Game Pass trailer, people are like, oh, thank God, I got shit coming until 2023. You're happy till 2023. You haven't had a game for the past 3 years in the sense of an exclusive game that even is worth a damn. Everything else has been always third parties. And then the idea of they love that controller for some reason with the fucking batteries. And like, I understand it's really cool to be able to design your own, but it goes into that supreme branding sense of like, yeah, I don't play. I just got it. It looks cool. You don't really play, but you got something that looks cool. That's whole near there, but that's just the idea of like, that's how they're hurting it in the sense of like, they've been so transparent. If you're looking at it, there's no like it goes into like that conversation like, do you need an Xbox since you can be PC, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. PlayStation is definitely hurting themselves because they're so quiet, and with Jim Ryan as at the helm, they've been a lot more silent compared to the last couple of years before. That's where I don't like. I hate this silence and just waiting. That's why even like next week, like, is there going to be a state of play? Who knows? I don't even know. They don't talk. And it's annoying. And then also, I guess more we'll leave on this idea of that, speaking of PlayStation, that Blue Box Games game Abandon has been going down this weird Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole, people trying to figure out what that is. That game, the Kojima Silent Hill. And Blue Box has sent out tweets saying, hey, our game starts with S, ends with L, and then all this shit. And then they also brought out tweets that, sorry, we're not trying to tease you. It's not Silent Hill, blah, blah, blah. And, like, we have no with Hideo Kojima. I have no idea. And if I had to put, like, I haven't even looked it up because, honestly, it goes into that idea, like, why would I go down this rabbit hole for a weekly podcast besides this conversation I'm doing right now? Abandoned, Silent. Do I think it's Silent Hill? No, because Silent Hill is usually third person. And this is obviously shown first person. Is it probably the adaptation of PT? Which again is Silent Hill, so I guess that. But I don't think it's. I'm gonna be the person trying to be more keep it mellow. I don't think this is actually involves Hideo or even any thoughts from Hideo. So we'll see how it goes. I know that they keep saying there's some kind of announcement coming at the end of this month. We're getting around the end of the month. We'll see. But yeah. To be fair, there's no comic book reviews this week, but this week's hot picks. I can't remember what I wanted to do for TV. I had something on my top of my head for TV. Oh, that's what it was. I wanted you guys to go check out that iCarly new show. Like the one that's obviously it's for like the kid who grew up watching iCarly. And I think I'm pretty sure I'm older. I'm way on the older end. But it looked funny. I liked the little quick clips. And I've seen some shit on TikTok of like people are really funny. Think it's funny like seeing iCarly swear. Like just, she just said you gotta switch it up on a bitch. Or there's also this weird spot that said her friend was like, I'm not trying to kink shame you. I'm like, whoa, like what? So it looks fun. And yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, you guys should check it out. iCarly. And then for comics, we're going to start off with Image. This week, on the 23rd, again, my hot picks for comics here are brand new #1 titles. So you can jump in and enjoy without having to feel kind of lost. Besides, I think this one you might feel kind of lost. Besides, they'll probably explain it. That Spawn Universe Issue 1 is out this week. Long story short, it's the first title that involves, like, they're trying to make a shared universe of the Spawn universe. So this is your first entry door to maybe even help you get into Spawn. But yeah, it's out this week. There's another Image one called Vinyl Issue 1. It looks kind of trippy 70s, but with like killers. It looks all right. Next is DC. Again, this is a great week for DC for like things that had already been the hot pick. Like Robin's out this week. Titan Academy's out this week. I digress. But their hot picks are Batman Reptilian Issue 1. I don't know. And it has I forgot the highlight is it's from I don't want to say it wrong, but I think it's Garth Ennis is doing this Reptilian run. It's only 6 issues, and Wonder Woman Black and Gold. This is definitely the same idea that Superman Red and Blue is. It is just an anthology series about Wonder Woman. And while we're here on DC, I don't know how I feel about this Infinite Frontier with the idea that they can just do these little 6-issue runs of these side stories that are not part of a narrative of the main mission of this narrative. It's because I feel, to my knowledge, to my feelings, it just feels now just like a Batman cash grab. There are too many it's too many. And now I saw I just know how I feel. It just feels like a cash grab, and now it goes into like we're getting shit that are going with the movies instead of like the comic making a movie. So I don't know how to feel, man. But yeah, next is Boom. Good Luck issue 1. I believe I said good things about it, or if not, I lied. Here's a fucking review. Go pick this fucker up. Good Luck issue 1 gets a 4 out of 5 from the Cousin Cecil Show. I'm not even going to, because it is a great startup of a new series. It is one of those kid teams, because it involves, like I've said before, it involves what if basically these two gods that rule around luck come to Earth and create chaos. And they have this team of kids trying to save the world. It's one of those ideas. So, to my knowledge, it feels like My Hero Academia, and it feels like Ender's Game. So the idea of having children like in this like real like trial shit it's the same idea. My Hero Academia. It was very fun read. I read it already, and like I've said it on Twitter, I sent it to the author Matt Ehrman, and also just more give kudos to the art by Stefano Simone and letters by Mike Ferrantino. Please forgive me if I hash up your name, but no, it is very great. And also, I think it's going to be something special. It's only at the moment 5 issues, but again, it goes by you. It goes by the listener. It goes by the reader. It goes by fans. It goes by everything. If you pick up this book, there's a future with this book that can continue. But it involves readers, involves people to actually properly go to your local comic shop or go to your digital comic source and pay for the book. Congratulations. Good luck for a 4 out of 5 for the Cousin Cecil Show. Next up, Marvel, which will be Gamma Flight issue 1, which is, again, it's just I don't want to call it a Suicide Squad, but like a Thunderbolt squad of from the Hulk universe side of the conversation of Marvel. Heroes Reborn is over. Well, is getting over. Now they're into Heroes Return. Issue 1 starts this week, where obviously whatever the story happened in Reborn, Return is now the end game part of it. And then also Marvel voices Pride. Just more give it a shout out because obviously we did DC Pride, Marvel Pride. Hey. And then from Zenescope, Tales of Terror Quarterly. And then for music, I'm picking Tyler the Creator's Lumberjack. And yeah. Thank you for listening. Again, if you guys could follow at MikeFowler93. Leave a review wherever you do your podcasting if you can. Apple would be cool. Yeah, hopefully next week there'll be a new show, another show. I digress because it goes into how I just talk about if I say something, next I'll probably not happen. Sorry, I'm cynical. But you'll hear it, you'll understand, and it'll be kind of, I think it'll be a cool ride to listen to. But yeah, thank you for listening. Please tell a friend about the Cousin Cecil Show. You ain't gonna hurt. And then again, nothing stops you guys from sending out questions. Just send them to at MikeFowler93. You know me, my DMs are open. You can leave a question like that. But yeah, thank you for listening, and you guys have a good week. I'll catch you next week. Be good to each other, and peace.